If you think we're on the run, we are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Henry and Gordon were lonely when Thomas left the yard to run his branch line. They missed him very much. They now had more work to do and had to fetch their own coaches. They didn't like that. James sometimes did odd jobs, and so did Edward, but James soon started to grumble too. "We get no rest, we get no rest," they complained, but the coaches only laughed. "You're lazy and slack, you're lazy and slack," they answered in their rude way. Altogether, the three engines were causing the Fat Controller a great deal of trouble. But when the circus came to Sodor, the engines forgot they were tired and cross. They all wanted to help shunt the special coaches. But Gordon and Henry were dreadfully jealous of James when the Fat Controller told him to pull the train when the circus went away. One morning, Henry was resting when the Fat Controller arrived. "Come along, Henry," he said. "A tunnel is blocked down the line. You must take some workmen and investigate." Pushing trucks, rumbled Henry. They stopped outside the tunnel, the same tunnel where Henry had stopped because of the rain. It was quite dark. No daylight shone from the other end. The workmen took their tools and went inside. Suddenly, "Help!" cried the workmen. They all ran out looking frightened. "We went to the block and started to dig, but it grunted and moved," they said. "Rubbish," said the foreman. "It's not rubbish. It's big and alive. We're not going in there again." "Right," said the foreman. "I'll ride in a truck, and Henry shall push it out." "Yeesh," said Henry unhappily. He hated tunnels. He had been shut up in this one once. But this was even worse. Something big and alive was inside. "Beep, beep," he whistled. "I don't want to go in." "Neither do I," said his driver, "but we must clear the line." Oh dear, puffed Henry as they slowly advanced into the darkness. Henry's driver shut off steam at once. "Help! Help! We're going back!" wailed Henry. And slowly, moving out into the daylight, came first Henry, then the trucks, and last of all, pushing hard and rather cross, came a large elephant. "Well, I never did," said the foreman. "It's an elephant from the circus." Henry's fireman telephoned the yard to ring for the keeper, while the workmen gave the elephant their sandwiches and tea. He drank 3 buckets of water without stopping, and was just going to drink another when Henry let off steam. The elephant jumped and squirted the water all over Henry by mistake. Poor Henry. When the keeper came to take the elephant away, everyone waved goodbye and went home laughing at their adventure. All except Henry, who was very cross. "An elephant pushed me. An elephant pushed me," he hissed. For the rest of the day, he was sulky, and his coaches had an uncomfortable time. In the shed that night, he told Gordon and James about the elephant, and I'm sorry to say that instead of laughing and telling him not to be silly, they looked sad. "You poor engine," said James. "You have been badly treated," replied Gordon. "Something must be done," cried Henry. "Indeed," agreed Gordon. But none of them knew what. "We'll think of something," said Gordon. "Just you wait and see." Will they think of something? Well, you'll just have to tune in to the next story to find out.